This video shows the utilization of CompuSalt's Web Enterprise Suite, in support of the OGC Federated Marine Spatial Data Infrastructure, as it relates to flood modeling. In emergency preparedness and response, the availability of tools capable of producing accurate and meaningful representations of current and anticipated catastrophic scenarios is of paramount importance. Analyzing and extracting valuable insights from diverse and extensive data sources can be challenging, especially when dealing with data in various formats. Managing and representing this data effectively eliminates the difficulties associated with ad hoc data interpretation during critical decision-making events. Floods are one of the most recurrent natural disasters worldwide, inflicting significant and devastating impacts on society, including the destruction of infrastructure and loss of civilian lives. According to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the average annual cost of flood damage is $40 billion. Accurate prediction and swift response to flood situations are pivotal in minimizing catastrophic consequences. Ensuring that the right information reaches the right people at the right time can save millions of dollars and, more importantly, lives. Web Enterprise Suite harvests multiple data types to create services that are visualized through both 2D and 3D applications. Within WES, various sources are harvested for analysis and predictive modeling, including OGC APIs, features, coverages, processes, and records. Data provided by the Singapore Maritime and Port Authority, MPA, Singapore Land Authority, SLA, and other origins, such as NOAA GRIB weather files and Sentinel Hub, were utilized to generate geodata cubes, facilitating efficient data storage and access. Using the WES OGC CSW catalog, which is also accessible through the OGC API records, relevant data has been added to a WES portfolio for the Singapore region. Bathymetry and elevation data was downloaded and converted into OGC API coverage services, which highlights the issue of the two datasets coming together at the shoreline, clearly showing gaps. The Geospatial Data Abstraction Library was used to negate the positive bathymetry data and correct the elevation, using a known datum. The bathymetry and elevation data was merged into a single TIFF, and converted it into an OGC API coverage service, to showcase seamless integration. These coverage services come with a legend explaining coverage coloring. OSM shapefiles with Singapore infrastructure data were converted to OGC geo packages for rendering on the map display. Using OGC API processes, an analyst can model potentially flooded areas by specifying predicted sea level rise and tide levels. Once flooded areas are displayed on the map, the analyst can use OGC API features in WES to overlay critical infrastructure elements, such as roads, buildings, and land lots, facilitating informed decisions regarding resource allocation in flood-prone areas. All this information can be viewed in the 3D client, offering an accurate depiction of potential flood zones over terrain data. Also shown in this view is the 3D tiles representation of the Singapore City GML buildings, provided by Genosis. In conclusion, merging bathymetry and elevation datasets using a known datum can help visualize the gap between land and sea. The 3D visualization implementation of services does not have well-defined styles, and are not supported by any OGC or other relevant standard, without breaking conformance. Also, certain coverages return massive amounts of data, which can lead to long network request times, that reduces the user experience and the temporal playback. Thank you for viewing this demonstration of CompuSalt's Web Enterprise Suite, in support of the OGC Federated Marine Spatial Data Infrastructure, as it relates to flood modeling.